Hey, what's up, guys? I'm here to give you my Raw review. Um, I watched the whole Raw, the pre-show, the show, and the backstage pass. Um, and I would usually say, "Oh, this dragged on forever." I actually wasn't bored watching these shows on the WWE Network. I'm loving it right now. Obviously, the first couple of days it had a little technical problems, but I'm loving it right now. I'm gonna talk a little bit more about it because after I have it for like a month, I want to give like a review about it. Um, but yeah, I like the network so far. So I'm gonna talk about each stuff. I'm gonna go over everything because I really don't think there was any problems with this show. It was actually a very good show. So this Raw happened last night on March 3rd, 2014. Um, we get Josh Matthews, Booker T. I think Booker T is gonna do every panel to give him a purpose on in the WWE because it seems like he's done every panel. He did the one last week and he did the one on SmackDown. And we got Hacksaw Jim Duggan on the panel. I thought this was actually pretty interesting. I wonder if they're gonna have a legend every week because on SmackDown they had the Big Show. I guess you could consider him a legend right now. What else? Long Raw last week you didn't really have anyone, but on and the NXT Revival show, you had Kevin Nash. Well, Kevin Nash isn't a fucking legend. People can say he's a fucking legend, but the guy can't his fucking quad go and make a fucking tag. So yeah, but you did have Kevin Nash, so I wonder if it's gonna be a new person. And Bret Hart, yeah, Bret Hart. But I wonder if it's gonna be a new like a legend every week. That'd be cool. But yeah, you got Hacksaw Joe Duncan and Alex Riley on the panel. Um, they just kind of talk about the matches that are going on, what they think about them as usual. Daniel Bryan and Brie Bella get interviewed, and we find out that Daniel Bryan's going to be facing Batista. And he says that Batista may be all muscle and stuff, but I'm going to take out Batista tonight and go after Triple H at Mania. Um, and then the New Age Outlaws get interviewed because we find out that they're gonna, which is the Road Dogg Jesse James and the badass Billy Gunn get interviewed, and we find out that they're gonna be defending the WWE Tag Team Championships against Jimmy and Jay, the Usos. Um, they talk about how they don't think it's fair that that it seems like they have to defend their championships every week because every week against the Usos or against any other tag team, but that proves that we're fighting old champions and we're gonna stay fighting champions. So I thought that was a good, decent stuff. And then Paul Heyman gets interviewed, um, and he says that Brock Lesnar doesn't have anything to say to you right now. What Brock Lesnar has to say, he was saying out in the ring. And then Jerry the Kid Lawler, as you mentioned, because what I liked about this panel was they showed in the background because in the rain you could see they were filming WWE Superstars that still comes on Thursdays. Why I don't know. And you can see some matches like you saw Titus O'Neil versus Zack Ryder, which I guess I can give a little review. Titus O'Neil won, no surprise there. And you can see the Lost Matadors being Primo and Epico or whatever they want to call with El Torito taking on Ryback and Curtis Axel. The Lost Matadors won when one of them rolled up Curtis Axel for the win, and then they got interviewed and said that Jerry the Kid Lawler, and he says that he was expecting he wasn't even expecting to be talking to them. He was expecting to be talking to Ryback and Curtis Axel, and he's like, "You guys have been impressing me lately, you guys." And they talk about how they do some comedy with like how like Jerry the Kid Lawler and El Torito have something in common. They're both horny because Jerry the King Lawler is horny for the sex reason, and the bull has horns. So that's pretty much. I think it was supposed to be some lame comedy right there. And they talk about how the next time you will be talking to them, you will be talking to the WWE tag to them when they hold the WWE Tag Team Championships. I hope not. Then we get to the actual show. We get JBL, Michael Cole, and Jerry the King Lawler on commentary. Um, CM Punk returns. I wrote that down because that's what I thought because they were in Chicago tonight. I actually thought CM Punk came back. They played his music, and he's like CM Punk's actually returning. This is great way to start Raw, but it was Paul Heyman. Um, I was a little disappointed because I wanted to see CM Punk back in the WWE, but what are you gonna do? Paul Heyman comes out and he sits down in the ring, CM Punk style, and cuts a pipe bomb, saying how there was a Paul Heyman guy that the WWE didn't think was big enough or had the ability to be a WWE superstar, so I took him under my wing, and I considered him a friend of mine. Um, and CM Punk was my client when he was career, and he actually kind of trashes him too, saying that his career went nowhere because when he was under my tutelage, he became the WWE champion for 434 days. Um, and then he says, and I'm going to tell you guys the two reasons why CM Punk walked out of the WWE. And I actually thought because he actually says too, I'm going to tell you guys the real reason why CM Punk left, and I don't care if it cost me my job. So I actually thought he was gonna actually say the real reason he left, but he says he left because of each and every one of you, because each and every you started to cheer him and love him, but you didn't respect CM Punk as much as I did. You didn't love him as much as I did. Treated CM Punk like a father. You treated him like he was just a wrestler. So I thought that was funny. I thought that was awesome. And he also said that CM Punk wasn't there to get some heat. And then he said, and another reason that CM Punk left was The Undertaker. Because Undertaker took away CM Punk from the WWE because we couldn't beat the streak, and he took CM Punk away from me. I guess you could say that's kind of true because that was kind of the last heel match that CM Punk really had before he turned babyface mode. I guess you could say Chris Jericho at Payback, but really the last one was against Undertaker. So then he's like, well, but now I have a guy that I know can beat the Undertaker at WrestleMania, that has the ability. And he says, my best friend, Brock Lesnar. So then Brock Lesnar comes out and his left hand's all taped from when Undertaker stabbed him with the pen. He said there have been many men that have come close to beating the Undertaker at WrestleMania, like Shawn Michaels, Dick Face Triple H, and your phony hero CM Punk. And he says, I said they're going to be the Undertaker, but he's like, when I say something, I live up to it. I can back it up in the ring. And he says that the one guy that can beat the Undertaker at WrestleMania is Brock Lesnar. So then Brock and Heyman go to leave, and Mark Henry comes out again. You fucking idiot, Mark Henry. You're a fucking idiot. I can understand the first time you didn't get the message, because Brock Lesnar did challenge you to come out. You came out like a man. Second time was fucking stupidity. You had a broken arm. No, you had injured ribs actually, but you still went out and you got your shoulder dislocated by Brock Lesnar. This time was just you're just living in a fucking fantasy world if you think you can fucking take out Brock Lesnar. Because you come out and you were doing good, I'll admit it. You had it. Brock Lesnar jumps off the steps and you catch him, and you were on the offense. But then Brock Lesnar threw you into the steps. And Mark, what happened to you after that? He hit you off the head with the steel steps, and then he F5'd you through the announce table. Let me tell you something, Mark Henry. You need to fucking learn when to quit, because because Brock Lesnar, 3 times you tried to take out Brock Lesnar and 3 times you failed. Hopefully you'll get the message now that anytime you and Brock Lesnar are in the same building or in the same part of the building. Well, actually, no. If you try to pick a fight with Brock Lesnar, he's gonna take you out, and that's exactly what happened. I was a little disappointed we didn't get no Undertaker on this show, but I'm assuming that he's gonna be on the show next week, and I think next week they're gonna add like a stipulation, like a last man standing match, no DQ, Hell in a Cell, like that, because Brock and Undertaker cannot have a normal match. It just can't happen. But I thought this was good. The CM Punk, Paul Heyman, CM Punk stuff. I was disappointed though because CM Punk didn't return on this show. I guess even though I'm gonna say this right now, even if CM Punk were to return to the WWE, they probably wouldn't put him on TV until after WrestleMania because they wouldn't be able to find a spot on him on the show because the spot that he was supposed to have when he left is taken by Daniel Bryan right now. when he was supposed to face Triple H at WrestleMania. So, but anyhow, yeah, I like that, and I liked Brock Lesnar's dominance towards Mark Henry. Um, and then we got the New Age Outlaws defending their WWE Tag Team Championships against the Usos. A great match. I was expecting this week for the tables to be turned that the New Age Outlaws would attack one of the Usos before the match and then win the match and save it for Mania for the Usos. But I guess they wanted to do it here. They had a great match. The Outlaws dominated one of the Usos for like part of the match, and then he gets a big kick, and then the other Uso makes the hot tag. And I thought it was going to be over when Billy Gunn hit not the the Fame-Master. I think he did hit the Fame. Did he? No, when he went for the Saint spot when he rolled him up, but this time he kicked out of it. When Billy Gunn hit like his other finisher on him, but he kicked, but that Uso kicked out of that, and he hit the super kick, and then eventually one of that Uso that was the legal man in the ring dives on Road Dogg and tags in the other Uso, and he does the super kick and the splash, and the Usos become the new WWE Tag Team Champions. I wanted them to save it for WrestleMania, but I'm glad they're the Tag Team Champions. They definitely deserve to be the WWE Tag Team Champions. I've been waiting for them to hold the Tag Team Championships since July, since like Money in the Bank. I didn't want them to win the Shield to beat the Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns, but I wanted to see how they would do. And then I was like, okay, they definitely should win the Tag Team Championships. But then Cody Rhodes and Goldust beat them for the Tag Team Championships, and I was fine with that. That was cool. Then I was like, oh, the Usos, though. And then the Usos had the opportunity at Hell in a Cell, failed. They had the opportunity at the Chamber, failed. So now they're the Tag Team Champions. Give them a legit run with the championships, and have them hold them for like about 4 to 6 months. I think I think they can have a credible reign. The problem now though is it's kind of too late because I think now that they have the tag team championships, they're not really going to have any teams to face because the New Age Outlaws are probably going to leave soon. I guess I don't know what's going to go on. I don't think we're going to get that Cody Rhodes and Goldust match at Mania because I think they would have started building that to that already. You do have Ryback and Curtis Axel, I guess. You have the Lost Matadors, but the good tag teams are kind of well. I guess I'm not saying that Cody Rhodes and Goldust are a good tag team, but the Real Americans, that tag team's going to be gone soon. I'm going to get to more of that in the end of the show. And the Shield, I'm going to talk about that later. The Wyatt family, actually, that they can face them. Why not? Right? Even though they faced them before, they can face them again. And then the Divas are backstage talking positive about the guest host, and then Oksana says something weird, and they look at her weird. And then we get Cesaro with Jack Swagger and Zeb Coulter versus Big E. Rematch from last week. It was very fast this time. It was just kind of straight to the point. A match where everyone just hit all the main moves. And then eventually Big E cheap shot Swagger on the outside again. And then Cesaro swings him again. And this time Swagger hits the Swagger bomb on Big E. And then they argue afterwards and Big E hits the big ending on Cesaro. So I really didn't care about this. I get the message that they were trying to do. Alright, this match was awesome. We got the Shield, which consists of Dean Ambrose, Seth Rollins, and Roman Reigns, versus the Wyatt family, which consists of Bray Wyatt, Luke Harper, and Eric Rowan. Great match. Before the match starts, Ambrose and Rollins dive on Harper and Rowan. I think, and then Roman Reigns hits a Samoan drop on Bray Wyatt, and then it's down to a 3-on-1 situation with Eric Rowan, and Seth Rollins is doing sick in this match. He drop kicks Eric Rowan. He does like a sunset flip move to both Rowan and Harper, and then he goes to dive on one of them in the ring, but Bray Wyatt gets in the ring, and Ambrose just takes down Bray Wyatt and starts punching him. So Rollins has to get off the ropes, but when he gets off, he gets caught. He gets hung up on the ropes, and then the Wyatt family just dominate the crap out of Seth Rollins. It was sick. But then when Seth Rollins finally takes down the Wyatt family, finally fights him off. Another sick spot too is when they went for the backdrop too, when Seth Rollins lands on his feet. That's always sick to see. Seth Rollins goes to make a tag, but Bray Wyatt had gone over to the other side of the corner, and Dean Ambrose came and got face to face with him. So Roman Reigns had to come pull him back, so he couldn't make a tag. So I thought that was kind of cool. I thought there's definitely some dissension here. Then Ambrose gets the hot tag, goes to punches away at I think it was Evan Rowan. He gets him in the figure four leg lock, which was sick, and then Bray Wyatt stomped it, gouges his face. And then the Wyatt family start dominating Dean Ambrose. They every time too that Ambrose and Rollins would try to make a tag to Roman Reigns. The Wyatt family would knock him off so he couldn't get in the ring. So you could tell that Roman Reigns, they knew that Roman Reigns was the strongest member of the Shield. Eric Rowan does his vice grip move to them. And then what else? Then eventually Ambrose is going to make the tag. Reigns had been cheap shotted by I think one of the Wyatt family members. I don't know because they all took cheap shots separately, so I don't remember. And then Seth Rollins is the guy that they can tag in. And then Seth Rollins kind of gets this look on his face like just this weird look. And then Ambrose goes to make the tag. Seth Rollins gets off the apron, and he's kind of pissed too when the Shield members, when he tried to tag Ambrose or Reigns in, they left him high and dry. So he does the same thing to them. He's walking out of the match. Reigns says, "What are you doing, man?" And Rollins like, "You got to work this out yourself. I've been the peacekeeper. Work this out for yourself." So Rollins walks up the ramp, and then Bray Wyatt hits a cross body move and tries to pin Ambrose, but Reigns gets in and breaks it up, and then the house starts to break loose. Roman Reigns is going to town, taking out every member of the Wyatt family. Drop kick he does to the corner, Superman punch, everything. Then eventually he does a spear to Rowan over the announce table, and then Luke Harper dives on Roman Reigns, and then Bray Wyatt throws Ambrose into the post, hits the Sister Abigail on him, covers him for the win, and then that was it. So really interested though. I wasn't expecting Seth Rollins at all to be the one to ever turn on the Shield. I thought that was sick. That he was the one that turned. I thought it was going to be either Ambrose. I actually thought it was going to be Ambrose that turned. He was going to leave the match again, but that was sick. I wonder what they're going to do. I wonder if the Shield is officially broken up or if it's just Seth Rollins. I have a feeling on like SmackDown they're going to all be backstage and they'll be like, "What the hell were you doing, man?" And then they're going to start arguing, and then they'll be put into like a 6-man tag on SmackDown. They won't be able to get along. They'll lose that. And then on Raw next week, they'll finally wake up. It's going to be sick to see what happens with that. And then we got Batista interview. He says he just thinks this yes move is stupid. That Daniel Bryan's not a real man. He's going to break Daniel Bryan. Then we get Fandango and Summer Rae versus Santino Marella and Emma in a mixed tag team match. I didn't really pay attention. I'm not into Santino matches. I did watch the NXT Arrival though, and Emma and Paige, the NXT Women's Champion, had a great match. So I do like Emma's wrestling ability. I haven't seen Summer Rae have a match yet, but I have a feeling that Total Divas is coming back on March 16th. That they're going to probably put on TV more, maybe feud with AJ Lee for the Divas Championship. But Emma and Santino win when Emma hits the Emma lock on Summer Rae and she taps out for the win. I did like how they did use her music, so they're trying to get her noticed. I think they need to get her away from Santino, and I don't really buy the whole the Emma dance and stuff. Good wrestler though. I just don't buy the Emma dance and stuff. I think they should take her a little bit more seriously. And then Stephanie McMahon talks positive about the network. She just kind of talks about like how you could, even if you were there, you could relive those moments with your kids. I actually just kind of wanted to know, what if you like saw all the wrestling pay-per-views like you've been around since 1985, and you saw every single wrestling pay-per-view, I think the network is pretty much pointless to you. I get so like if I guess if for two, if it, well, I guess it wouldn't be actually because you do get every pay-per-view. I bet if you didn't get every pay-per-view, the networks would be fucking useless. Um, and then we got Christian versus Sheamus. Great match. It was kind of the same from last week. They added some new stuff to it though. When this week Christian kind of ran from Sheamus, ran behind the announce table. So he was playing that heel that he runs away. He's always done that. Christian hits a frog splash on him this week, and Sheamus kicks out of it. Sheamus does the clubs. He hits two high knees on him, and Christian kicks out of him. Sheamus hits the counter cross on Christian, and he kicks out of that. And then Christian does the same move. He kicked him in the corner. He goes to clothesline Sheamus off the apron, but Sheamus blow kicks him, covers him, and gets the win. So I'm like, okay, this feud has to be over. Sheamus has beaten Christian 3 times. But Sheamus gets interviewed backstage. Christian attacks him, throws him into the lights backstage, and grabs like a spotlight on the floor and starts beating the crap out of Sheamus with it. And he's like, oh, you think you're better than me, huh? You think you're better than me? Clearly he kind of is, because Sheamus has beaten you 3 times and you have nothing on him. Except the fact that you eliminated him from the Elimination Chamber. So, don't know really what they're trying to do. I was texting my friend Steve, and he said that Sheamus is a way better than Christian. And I actually want to read you this text that because he's like, in my opinion, Sheamus is a lot better. And then he's like, and then I said, I think Christian could be as good as CM Punk or Daniel Bryan if given the chance. And he actually could be. He could cut some really good promos like CM Punk could, and he could wrestle as good as Daniel Bryan. He could be like a CM Punk Daniel Bryan if they take him seriously. He could really be like a talented wrestler. He could be the guy too that could take this company to the next level, but they're not giving him. They never really. Well, actually, they're not really giving him the opportunity. They kind of make him lose all the time. We found out too that they're gonna do that Scooby-Doo special. You can buy it on DVD. On March 25th. I did read about that. John Cena's gonna be on it. I know Sin Cara is gonna be on it. Sheamus, I think, probably will be on it. They didn't announce it. Brodus Clay's on it. Vince McMahon, Kane, he's on it. So a bunch of superstars are on it. And Brodus Clay's on it too. But back when he was the Funkasaurus, so it really doesn't make a difference to me. Okay, random Diva tag match. It was the Bella Twins, which is Nikki and Brie Bella, versus Alicia Fox and Oksana. The Bellas win. I forget how. That's pretty much it. Daniel Bryan promo. I thought at first it was facing Batista. He's like, up next it's Daniel Bryan versus Batista, but no. It was Daniel Bryan versus came out, and he said that he either wants Batista to come out and wrestle him and try to take him out, or he wants Daniel Bryan to come out and accept. No, he wants the dick face Triple H to come out and accept his challenge for WrestleMania. So Triple H and Stephanie McMahon come out, and he says that you should listen to these people. They want to see me versus you at WrestleMania. You've screwed me over a ton of times out of the WWE World Heavyweight Championship that I need to take you out at WrestleMania. I want to prove to every superstar back there that a small guy like me can take on a guy like you, and I want to do it at WrestleMania. And then Triple H just kind of laughed, saying, oh, you're not facing me at WrestleMania. I'm the fucking man. Oh, yeah. Fuck off. And he's like, oh, I'll find you a spot on the card. Believe me, you're just a B-plus player. That's still a good fucking player. He fucking beat John Cena fair and square at fucking SummerSlam. Fuck off. He beat the face of the fucking company fucking how many fucking times? If he's a fucking A-plus, if you think he's a fucking B-plus player, why do you need to keep having all this fucking interference then to have Randy Orton fucking beat the guy? Are you fucking serious, pal? Get the fuck out of the fucking WWE. I said this on the CM Brothers account, and I'm saying this again. You need to get fucking released, and I'm gonna fucking take care of you on the CM Brothers channel, because I'm gonna fucking destroy you. I want you to fucking show up for that fucking last man standing match, and we're gonna fucking talk about it. Cause not only will you not fucking face Daniel Bryan or me, you're just a fucking pussy. And now you're having your fucking wife stick up for you, saying, "Oh, we fucking made all this happen. We made the fucking yes movement. If it wasn't for us, you would be nothing. You would, if it wasn't for the Win Crew, all this stuff, you would be nothing." Fucking bullshit. Let me tell you something about the fucking yes movement, Stephanie McMahon. Daniel Bryan made the yes movement. He did. When he beat Big Show at TLC 2011, he started that yes chant, and I bet if the fans didn't get into it, you wouldn't be pushing him as big as you are now. He's like, she did say that the fans turn on, which I guess that's kind of true. Because the fans do turn on some people, but let's take a look at Zack Ryder. People were really behind Zack Ryder when he became the internet fan, but then it's kind of the reason why the fans don't care about him anymore is because you stopped pushing him. You took away his YouTube channel, and now he's just back to square one the way he was before that. And I think to my opinion, the fans can make the superstars. The fans made Stone Cold with that what chant. The yes movement. As I said before, you guys probably would not have pushed Daniel Bryan right now if it wasn't for the fans. He does have the talent, but you guys, I don't think, saw that talent because you know the fans. You still kind of don't push Bryan to his potential. Like you had Batista win the Royal Rumble over Daniel Bryan. You didn't give him the championship at Hell in a Cell. You gave it to Randy Orton. So you do still kind of don't push him, but you're doing better now. But I bet if the fans weren't pushing him as much now. Like I remember the fans at WrestleMania when he lost to Sheamus in 8 seconds before that had the yes chant signs up. They were big on Bryan, so then you use the yes chant. So if it wasn't for the fans, the yes chant would not be as big as it is. You tried to get chants over before and they failed, so and then the panel just kind of talks about what's been going on throughout the night. Well, my phone shut off. I don't remember what. Oh, actually, no way. I forgot more stuff. So then Daniel Bryan says that if you won't fight me, I'm gonna fight you. Because then Triple H is telling him to get out of his win. Daniel Bryan's like, "This is not my win. This is their win." And Stephanie McMahon's like, "Oh, it pretty much is." And then he's like, "Fuck me." It pretty much is. So then Daniel Bryan doesn't.
Hey, Owen.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm here. Why ain't you answering?
I don't know.
Oh, all right. You ready?
Yeah, I'll be ready in a second.
All right.
But Daniel Bryan doesn't leave. She calls out Kane, and Kane doesn't get in the win. He dives on Kane, beats the shit out of him, and and then the security has to throw him out. That was the segment. I'm going to continue this video at my mom's house because I have to leave now. So that video is going to be continued there. I'm not going to say that's it for now, but that video is going to be continued there. I just don't have I didn't have as much time to make this video. My mom was too fucking early. My continuation of my wall review. I'm going to take my hood off for you. The last part I was on was the Daniel Bryan promo, and so now I'm on the panel talk, and they just kind of talk about everything that just happened, so I think that's fine. Next thing that happens, trying to find out what is that. We got Alberto Del Rio versus Dolph Ziggler with Aaron Paul on commentary. Dolph Ziggler came out with Aaron Paul. Really shows that they don't really have a place kind of for these guys right now. Del Rio's just kind of and I'm not really a huge Del Rio fan anyways, but he's still just kind of there. And Dolph Ziggler's been kind of going nowhere since he got the concussion and lost the World Championship. So I really didn't care about this match. Dolph Ziggler wins with a zigzag after W had hit a kick and Aaron Paul distracts him. I didn't care about this. I think Ziggler kicked out of the kick too, which was kind of weird because he never kicked out of that kick. So that means that nothing, I guess. I'm assuming that Jack Swagger. No, I'm assuming that Dolph Ziggler is just gonna go back to the way he was after this match. This means nothing really. And then Paul Bearer gets inducted into the Hall of Fame. I thought it was going to be the Undertaker going into the Hall of Fame, and yeah, at first I thought it was going to be him, and I was like, maybe Brock Lesnar will beat the streak, but no, it was Paul Bearer. I thought this was great. He definitely deserves to go in the Hall of Fame. He was one of the greatest managers. I think he was like one of the greatest, creepiest managers. I think he really kind of made the Undertaker also who he was today. Undertaker also made himself, but I think Paul Bearer had a lot to do with that too. And I like the high voice he used to have. I remember too when he died. He like supposedly like died 3 times in WWE. The first time Undertaker buried him in a cement grave, and then the second time because he was like in a cement grave, and Undertaker was like, Paul, I have no other choice. And then the second time when he made his return, Kane had tipped a ladder over, and he fell on that. And then Randy Orton had put him in a meat locker because he had kidnapped him. And then Kane came and Paul thought he saved him, but Kane's like, no, I'm not here to save you. So then he puts him back in the freezer. I have a lot of Paul Bearer moments when he betrayed the Undertaker in 1997 and went with Mankind, who's Mick Foley. I remember that. What else do I remember? Him when Kane debuted, he actually brought Kane into the WWE. So I actually really like Paul Bearer. I'm glad he's going in. I don't know who's inducted him because Undertaker obviously would have to leave his gimmick. I think both Undertaker, I think maybe and Kane should induct him. The Brothers of Destruction. That would be sick if they both inducted him because he made both of their careers. And then we got Big E versus Jack Swagger with Cesaro and Zeb Coulter ringside. Immediately when the match starts, before anyone can get any offense in, Cesaro runs in and hits the neutralizer on Big E. And then Cesaro and Swagger are pushing each other. Cesaro goes to swing Swagger, but then Zeb Coulter's like, you don't want to do this. We're real Americans. Come on, don't do this. So Zeb Coulter's begging him not to do this. He doesn't do this, and he wants the real Americans to hug it out. Reminded me of when Kane and Daniel Bryan, also known as Team How No, hugged it out in the middle of the ring. And they do it. And then he has them put their hands over her and say, "We the people." I still don't think this is over though. They're still gonna fight. They're gonna have like some sort of thing. I think at WrestleMania we're gonna get a triple threat match for the Intercontinental Championship. Big E defending it against Jack Swagger and Cesaro. And Cesaro will hit the neutralizer on Jack Swagger and win the Intercontinental Championship. Or maybe we'll just get a match between Cesaro and Swagger. And then John Cena addresses the Wyatt family again. I liked this, I guess. His promo was just kind of about Chicago, really, about all his moments in Chicago. I like too, he knows the fans hate him, and he actually is kind of like referencing it now. But he's like, oh, you all love that because he wasn't clear to wrestle. But what kind of pissed me off is like he's not angry. He doesn't show like the anger that the Wyatt family cost John Cena to become WWE World Heavyweight Champion twice, and they actually tried to end his career last week and injure him, and try to take him out of the chance of competing at WrestleMania. But he comes out all happy. But he pretty much says the same thing. Bray Wyatt, all the new stars. You have to get through me first, and so Bray Wyatt. Then the thing goes off, and Bray Wyatt's on the screen and says says a creepy promo about John Cena. The Wyatt family made this special. I just didn't like the fact that John Cena wasn't angry. He didn't show any emotion. He was just all smiles like he usually is. When the Wyatt family has cost you the WWE World Heavyweight Championship twice, and they tried to take you out of action and prevent you from competing at WrestleMania 30. I think they should have. That was just stupid. Um, what's the next thing? Batista's backstage. He was heading to his match, and Randy Orton comes up and wishes him luck. Thought it was okay. Alexander Rusev doesn't debut. He comes out like he did on SmackDown and just stands under this pod. I can see him on NXT, so at least I get to see him wrestle, hopefully. Then we get Batista versus Daniel Bryan. Good match. They said that I guess they don't want to reference that they had a match on Raw before when Daniel Bryan was an NXT rookie and Batista was that heel going to face John Cena at Over the Limit, but they didn't want to mention that. They had a good match though. Eventually Batista, Triple H, and Kane come out, and Batista just kind of starts dominating Bryan. He throws him into the steps, and then he throws him into Randy Orton because Randy Orton was out watching that match. And then Daniel Bryan kicks Batista in the head. He's about to hit the flying knee on him, but Randy Orton attacks Bryan for some reason. Since even though Batista threw him into him, he attacks Bryan. He goes to hit the RKO on Batista. Batista counters it, and Bryan hits the flying knee on him. Drop kicks Batista. He does and he kicks Kane, and he kicks Kane on the apron, off the apron. He goes to dive on Kane, but Batista spears him. And then Kane tries to attack Daniel Bryan, but Triple H holds him back. And then Triple H says, "You want WrestleMania, huh? I'm getting sick and tired of you. I'm sick of you." And then Daniel Bryan kicks Triple H in the head, and this pisses Triple H off. So first, but before Triple H got pissed, Batista came in and Batista bombed him, and then Triple H hit the pedigree on him, and they all laughed afterwards. I didn't like the ending because Triple H had to stand tall at the end, so that's not going to be my thumbnail for this video. Great Raw though. Other than Triple H standing tall at the end, I thought this was a great Raw. I don't really get what they're trying to. Are they even going to try to build that WWE World Heavyweight Championship match? Because now that Batista and Randy Orton are both here, it looks like that they're going to kind of work together. Because they kind of worked together tonight to take out Daniel Bryan tonight. They didn't really build it at all tonight, and I don't really care if they do build it or if they don't build it. I'm not going to be interested in the feud anyways, but can you at least try? I wonder if that's why, because they know no one cares about that feud. They're not going to try to build it. It seems like they're just going to be two heels that Triple H likes, and they're just going to have a match for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. That looks like what's going to happen. So yeah, then we get the backstage pass. We got the same people on the panel: Josh Matthews, Booker T, Hacksaw Jim Duggan, and Alex Riley. Usually after like a loss, the fans get to see like a match or like something happen, and you got to see that here. Big Show, John Cena, and had come out and made the save, and all fought off the Authority. And then backstage, Stephanie McMahon gets interviewed by Renee Young and says that you don't deserve to go to WrestleMania. We made Daniel Bryan who he is, kind of what she said earlier in the night. And Triple H comes up and says no comment. And then the Usos got interviewed for the tag team champions. They're happy they won the tag belts, and says that no one's going to be able to take away from this. Aaron Paul gets interviewed too, and he says that he's happy to be a part of the WWE. He said it was kind of awkward, and says you guys get to do this every day. This is awesome. So that was about it. I thought this was a great Raw. Like I said, the backstage pass was good. The network really is helping the Raws be good because I like watching the pre-show. I like watching the show, and yeah, it's just a good way to watch Raw. So now the special announcements. Tonight there's going to be a main event on at 7. I think I'm going to be watching that. It's going to be the new tag team champions, the Usos, defending their championships against the New Age Outlaws in their rematch, and Daniel Bryan versus Kane. So I think tonight's main event should be good, so I'm going to watch it. And it's going to be on the network at 7, so I'll watch it at 7. But that's pretty much it for my Raw review, guys. Great Raw. Yeah, the only complaint is Triple H stood tall. the WWE World Heavyweight Championship feud, the Fandango match, and the Diva match. That's about it, though. But that's pretty much it, guys. Peace out.